Very me. This is a 5-color deck. It is super fair, and we're playing it in the modern format. We're playing more Enigmatic Incarnation. Welcome back, everybody. We got a few more tweaks that we have put into effect here. Cut the Gilded Goose for a second Bird of Paradise. Trying the main deck Plague Engineer again. I'm keeping the main deck Core Firewalker because of how much burn I've been seeing around. And then I moved the Kitchen Finks to the sideboard, but generally speaking, this is very close to the configuration I've been playing for a while. Mordekaiser did try a wild brew of this deck that was playing a Giver of Runes or an Ailsid of Life's Bounty as a 1-drop, as well as Hope of Girapur, and some copies of Ranger Captain of Eos. The idea being that you can Enigmatic to Ranger Captain of Eos and then grab either of those 1-drops. Spore Frog was another one that he played, so any of those 1-drops are recastable with Lurrus or repeatable with Renegade Rallier, and you can sort of stretch out games against certain archetypes that way. I'm not entirely sold on that strategy, so I haven't done so here. So this is just a sort of
Meanwhile,
version of Enigmatic that I've been playing for the last little while. Sam Black did write a wonderful article about it on StarCityGames.com, which is currently behind a paywall. But if you do have your StarCityGames.com membership, subscription, whatever, you can check it out. So, but Sam Black, one of the great thinkers of Magic of today, shedding some light on this archetype is very gratifying. Davis Minimus is one of the originators or the originator of this archetype in the modern format, and he's going to be playing in the Mana Traders event tomorrow and streaming it on Davius Minimus at Twitch. So I highly recommend you guys check that out tomorrow. I'm going to be recording the podcast when the Mana Traders series is live, but I will be tuning into his stream during the day when I can. I will tweet it out tomorrow in the morning, encouraging people to check that out because I think he's a really good pilot of this deck. He has the most 5-0s with it, and as the originator of the archetype, he's gonna put his money where his mouth is and play it in the Mana Traders tournament. So we'll see how that goes for him. We're on the play here. Love that. No acceleration, but we've got access to Spreading Seas and Omen here, so I'll keep this. I also do have a 3rd land in Glasspool Mimic if I need it, so. Opponent is Live Free, Die Slow. All right, I finally have a Spreading Seas against Tron. Life is good. Unless, of course, they're on Blue Tron. Then this will just be funny and sad. So our goal is to get a Magus of the Moon into play fairly quickly. You thought WotC banned it? No, they're just transphobic. And they support artists and content creators who are also transphobic. But, I mean, that doesn't mean they banned it. Double Karn Liberated and Wormcoil. So if I can get this Meddling Mage into play, I can call for the Karn. Okay. They have Mine, Tower, Power Plant, so they don't have Tron yet. They do have a Blast Zone, which on 2 will be more than a little frustrating. Hopefully we can cantrip into something useful next turn. No, Alex, you don't get it. You should ban 1 Tron piece, and that Tron piece is Urza's Tower. It's clearly the unfair one. Crap, that Blast Zone is also going to destroy the Spreading Seas. Oh, man. Why is Tron so completely unbeatable? It's really frustrating. Really frustrating. Can we get old border Tron lands? I have questions. Lost to Belcher on turn 2 with a Leyline of Sanctity. What? How? What? How did they? What? They had one. Okay. That makes sense. Just trying to figure out how they killed you. Yeah. Oh, it's whack, bro. It's whack. It's okay. We had mana disruption here, and we're gonna die to Tron. So, classic. And yeah, this means that they have Tron live next turn, and there's my deck doesn't have the capability to stop this right now. No, I understand that you were joking, Odins. I'm aware. That's why my response was oh, well, actually, remember how we were gonna lose? Yeah, what if maybe though we didn't? Is that an option? I should name Wormcoil here because they just put it back in their hand and it's cheaper. Okay, what if our deck had the free win card from time to time though? What about that? When you say mismatched old border though, do you mean each of the different arts from Antiquities? Because I wouldn't consider that mismatched because they're all from the same set and they were meant to be played as a cycle of 4. Like, it's almost matched. You know what I mean? Okay, our opponent is going to have 6 mana on turn 6 in their 19 land deck. I suppose that's all their deck is doing right now. Although if they get... Okay, they got a tower. If they get an O stone, that's the thing I'm sort of most concerned about. They have 1,000,000 Karn Liberated and a Wormcoil in their hand. So ideally, I would like to kill them before I have to try to deal with a Wormcoil here. I have the Cratermaker, but that's not really good enough. Well, next turn I put them to 7, and then if they play the Wormcoil, I can attack through, put them to 1. Yikes. It's not going to be good enough. Although the Relic is a good sign here. Cycles the Relic, sure. They can't cast Wormcoil. Oh, yeah. Yes. Idiot. Yes. Thank you. And they didn't have an O-Stone here? Okay, I think this makes it deterministic. No, they could find a Voking Ballista or Karn the Great Creator. Well, no, I mean, you are smart, but I'm also... Like, past me was also smart when they named Meddling Mage on Wormcoil. So... The most intelligent play of this game was drawing the Magus of the Moon. I mean, let's be real. That's just facts. Those are just facts, people. The most intelligent play I made was to draw the Magus of the Moon. Pass Jack. Yeah, that guy is awful. Unless they have Thragtusk. Karen? Ballista 2. Fuck! Okay, I can put them to 1. No, wait, I could kill them, but only if they play this badly. So, okay. So let's say end step I go kill the Ballista. They use Ballista to kill my Magus. I go exile. No, I go exile 1, hit them for 5, 6, and then if I draw a forest, I can kill them. And if I don't, I'm mostly just at Cratermaker could also kill the O-Stone before they got mana. Yeah, I was just more worried about having enough mana too. So making this play opens me up to the potential to win this game. Whereas if I don't make this play, I definitely am in huge trouble. Whereas I could end up winning this on the spot now. They're killing the Meddling Mage instead of the... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so because they've got enough to hard cast the Karn, that's fine. So all we need to do, quote, all, is draw a green source. Oh, I guess, yeah, if they had killed my Meddling Mage, I would have had the automatic kill off of the having the colors for Scavenging Ooze. Green source. Green source. I've got 2 forests in my 65 cards. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Although I guess Karn doesn't actually stop me, so they do need to play the Worm Coil this turn. Crap. Alright. We might get stonewalled right before we kill them. We are going to get stonewalled while they're at 1. Shit. And I can't draw both blue and white mana next turn. Okay. We're basically screwed, but maybe we're not. Somehow. I'm going to choose to believe what I was programmed to believe. Like a good... Anyway, I'm not going to finish that joke. Hey, look, we lost. Yay! Oh, great. Great, now I drew the forest that I needed for lethal last turn. I guess they can't really attack. Oh, I can attack with Magus to turn on my... But then they have the... So they didn't play a land this turn, which means they probably won't be able to play the Karn Liberated next turn, but that doesn't put me in a better spot at all. So they have 12 mana. No, I just don't have any concept of how I could win this game at this point. I guess if Magus gets eaten by Worm Coil, and then I Teferi bounce it, and then we draw a Spreading Seas, and then I find the next answer. Nope. All right, opponent. Crush me. In theory, if Urian survives this turn, we can hit them for 4, and then if we draw into Seal of Fire and or Omen of the Forge, we could just take them out. So sometimes the just kill them lines are possible, but it's not looking likely. Sylvan Scrying for Urza's Tower. Okay, so that wasn't for a Sanctum of Ugin, which is somewhat heartening, but at the same time, completely terrifying. Of course, they have Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which is the worst possible thing they could have, because instead of removing one of my things, it just removes all of them. Awesome. 5. What is 5? Okay, cool. We were one point away from killing them. 1. Yikes. We have Fulminator and I think nothing. Oh, Phyrexian Revoker. Eidolon's generally very poor. And then Court Firewalker. I guess Collector Oof can be okay. Plague Engineer is not useful. Okay. It's a pretty good hand. So I have to put the Sprawl on white here, because on turn 2, I'm going to play the Prismatic Vista so that I make sure that I have Revolt on my Renegade Rallier. And then, okay, this is fine. I think I want blue here. Rallier gets back a Vista, Prismatic Vista, and we are make turn 3 Enigmatic. So we're going to turn Sprawl into a Brain Maggot, but then the next turn we're going to have double Enigmatic, and then we can turn the Brain Maggot into a Rallier, which gets back the Brain Maggot, and then also get a Lurrus, maybe? We'll see. They led on Forest, which is like a super weak hand from Tron. I mean, that's unreal. No Sylvan Scrying, no map. So they must have turn 4. They must have turn 4 Tron. And potentially they have Dismember and or maybe Nature's Claim here, which would not be my favorite, but we have a backup Enigmatic, so maybe we'll get out of it okay. We'll find out. Opponent did not see the Enigmatic in game 1, but yeah, they were prepared. That's fine, we have a backup. And they weren't looking for turn 3 Tron. Although, we're not going to be able to get Magus in unless I draw a 2-mana enchantment, which is easily possible. Sure. So the 2 drops I can get mostly are limited to Meddling Mage and Brain Maggot. I mean, I could get something like Spellskite or but neither of those are particularly good. I mean, I guess I could get Cratermaker to kill the map, but then I lose the Cratermaker, so I don't have... Yeah, that just... Oh, oof. I did board in the oof. Oof is thinking with portals. Okay, yeah, oof is the grab. Although... No, but before I oof, let's Charming Prince and Scry. Because I would like to, as much as possible, I would like to see if I can guarantee that I have a 2-mana enchantment on top. I do. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, although getting the oof is going to shuffle me anyway. Okay, so this is irrelevant completely. But we are going to oof them anyway. Oof does not necessarily stop Tron. They could just have the Tron land in their hand, as good Tron players are wont to do. I could also revoke the map, but in this case, oof is better. Because if we get to go oof, and then I draw a 1-mana enchantment next turn, we can go up to Revoker on one of their Planeswalkers. Yeah, they didn't have Tron. Dat member, though? Dat member, though? Looks like a dismember. Second freaking wilt. Brutal. Although, I got a really good board going, so, what if we just kill him? Upkeep dismember you? I was tapped down. I could be playing Veil of Summer. Upkeep dismember you. Opponent, why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Tron is supposed to be the kind of deck that grinders play because leagues take 2 minutes. Bouncing Prince, resetting Rallier. Yeah, that is a pretty good play. I mean, it doesn't net me a lot right now. That is a good play. So I have the option of Knight of Autumn or Teferi this turn. If they let me hit them, I think I'm playing Knight of Autumn. And I'm pretty sure I'm just putting it in as a 4-3. If they have Dismember, then will Knight of Autumn and destroy the map? Actually, you know what? Since I have more than lethal anyway, and all of my creatures are at least 2 power, we are going to kill the map. Because if they're sandbagging this Dismember to the last second, and they're hoping that their ability to put Tron together is going to be what saves them. Because right now, they can Dismember, but they can't also search. So the fact that they pumped on their turn, they were like, I'm going to cast, wait, no I'm not, makes me think that maybe they do have the removal spell, and but they also wanted to search with map, and they wanted to make sure they wouldn't get disrupted off of it. So we'll see. We'll see. But we have Beyond Lethal right now. Conceded. No kidding. All right. I think the oof just crushed them. Hey, Seed Bloomy 777. You got the big brain. Thank you, friend. You got that big brain. All right, now time for the impossible game. But, I mean, we have the potential to go turn 2 Fulminator in this deck, so... Beyond Lethal Burgers. Yeah, did you see the A&W ad the other day that said all of their burgers are 100% grass-fed beef? And I was like, weren't you the guys who did the Beyond Meat burger as like a big deal? Pretty sure you don't want to say all your burgers are 100% grass-fed beef. Also, beyond the Beyond Meat burger, don't you also just have like an actual veggie burger for people who enjoy that? Because it's a different taste. Sounds like a lawsuit opportunity. Mr. Simpson, this is the easiest lawsuit I've seen since mine against the film franchise, The Never-Ending Story. I don't use the word lightly, but you are the greatest hero in American history. Woohoo! All right. We can mess them up on turn 3. So let's hope that is some... Nope. There's no way in hell this is going to be good enough. Maybe they'll have Wormcoil. Maybe... Oh my god, my hand is simultaneously so good and so bad. Because there is no way on earth that it's a good idea to put double Sprawl on a land here. But we could. This hand is fire. I mean, it would be if my opponent wasn't threatening the turn 3 Tron. This hand would be the dopest of shit. I guess what I can do is go Abundant Growth first. And if I draw a Spreading Seas, we can actually cut them off of Tron and we might win very quickly after that. That is the wrong enchantment. Cool. No. The out was what I just described. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it, so we're probably screwed. But if their payoff is like Karn the Great Creator instead of Karn Liberated, we might maybe possibly be okay. If it's Karn Liberated, I really don't want to play it a second Sprawl, but if I don't... No, I'm screwed if I don't do it. Well, no, I'm screwed if I do it or if I don't. If you ooze, they have to deal with it? What? Why? No, if I play Ooze and they have Karn Liberated, they just take away my land with the Utopia Sprawl on it and they crush me. If they're a good Tron player, which so far I haven't seen any evidence that says that they are not intelligent. The only thing I've seen so far is that sometimes they don't have turn 3 Tron, and then in those situations maybe we have a chance. If this is Karn Liberated, I'm scooping with it on the stack. Okay. Karn the Great Creator, this is beatable. Not very beatable, but beatable. If they get Liquid Metal Coating, though, I'm in huge trouble. I'll have 3 mana next turn, so I can play Scooze plus Seal of Fire, put their Karn to 1. Then they'll get to strip mine me. We're probably definitely dead. Yeah. Yeah, they did in fact set the upkeep stop. The fact that from here on this costs them 0 mana is just basically impossible to... I can't cast Enigmatic Incarnation, see Bloomy. If I could cast Enigmatic Incarnation, this game would be worth talking about, but I can't. Maybe next turn. But they're gonna have another payoff card. They kept a 7 this game. This is basically impossible. It's Ugin. Or not Ugin, Ulamog. Oh, no, it's Ugin. Okay. I was right the first time. Why am I missing? Why no Egg Mag? Because they have Liquid Metal Coating and Karn. So they turned off my land. So this land that tapped for 2 mana wasn't able to tap for any mana. So instead of playing my 4 mana spell, I only had access to 2 mana or 3 mana because I did have a land drop. It's alright. Tron is generally just one of the worst matchups for this deck, and there's really nothing you can do to fix it, I don't think. Okay, this hand is like kind of sketchy, but kind of perfect. So we'll see what we're up against here. No companion. Delta. Probably about to see a Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Yeah, no problem, see Bloomy. If you see them go Karn the Great Creator into Liquid Metal Coating, you should know that one of your lands on the next turn is off, and then from then on out, they will destroy one of your lands per turn. Yeah, they did. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, the Thoughtseize makes this hand a lot worse, but there's a reasonable number of cards we can draw that make it a lot better. It's not really one of them, but we'll see. Looks to be some kind of shadow deck. Could be in good shape against the shadow deck. We'll see. So hopefully they don't have exactly Dismember in their hand. Nope. Good. Good, 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 good. Crap. Their shadow is now at least a 4/4, and they have access to red mana. Hooray. Ugh, just infinite Thoughtseizes, huh? Well, at least they have a difficult choice on this one. I said difficult, but that was not actually the case. Now they have Dismember. You know, sometimes I get really sick of being 100% accurate. So now we need to draw exactly... holy crap. We need to draw exactly Reflector Mage, I think. Nope. You are not wrong, Sea Bloomy. You're not wrong. Sand doesn't have an actual snowland in it. And the only green source is this Overgrown Tomb. However, I am going to keep it. We also have no white mana at all. So, if my opponent does in fact have a... If they have a discard spell on one, we could get really screwed up really fast. If they take Spreading Seas, I basically don't have any cards in my hand I can cast. But on turn 2, we could grab our Urian and then pray. Street Wraith, Fetch, Shock. No spell at all. Okay. Very well. No Thought Scour was a surprise. Yeah, I agree with you. I would have expected a play that set them up for turn 2 Grimangler, but they didn't have it. Shadow. Sure. Okay, I would like a white source off the top. Yep. Yes, that fits. You fool! You could have what is it called? You could have stubborn denials by abundant growth, which wouldn't have countered it, but then I would have to pay 1 and not be able to play my Skyclave Apparition. Oh shit, they got a 1/1. We're screwed now. I can't beat that. Alright. Grimangler. Yay. Okay. If I can draw one of my many snowlands, we will be in okay shape here. Hey, look, I drew one of my many snowlands, and we are now okay here. I like this deck. And I feel like, and I may be reading into it, but I feel like this deck likes me. Whoop. Oh no, I've left myself open to the 1/1. There's no going back now, Michael. Shit. Yay! Cycling our Veil of Summer. Yay. I love cycling Veil of Summer. Oh my god, why? 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 Come on! Oh, man. You know, when it's some matches that I lose like this, I'm okay with it, but... Fuck, man. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Blitz. I think I actually started the stream around the same time that I was becoming aware of the I don't know what we're supposed to call this, the Tron debacle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless you're referring to something different, in which case, you know. Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh, I'm screwed no matter what I do. Well, I'm not screwed. I'm just going down to, what, 1? Am I going to 1? I think I'm going to 1. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, in this case, I think it's less than pointless drama, but yes. Yeah. Alright. Let's walk into death, because that's what death asks of us. Fatal Push, Disdainful Stroke, crack you for 5. Yeah. Alright. You know, I promise I have had good matchups against decks before. I swear to you, this deck has been reasonable once upon a time. And then Big Fish? I mean, they already had a Big Fish. Oh, they found a fetch land. We're just dead. Excellent. Both sides were wrong. Both sides doubled down and blew up. Yes. Opponent said, GG, well played, interesting deck. I feel pandered to. It's not worth your time, Sea Bloomy. It's really not. It's just one of those situations where we're currently on the... No, you don't have to stop talking about it. It's just like... It's like people on the dividing line of like... Someone said something that was funny that could be taken as insensitive, and then the person who took the thing as insensitive decided to be aggressive about the fact that it could have been insensitive. I don't know. It's like, do I love the fact that Magic players villainize archetypes? No, I don't. But I totally understand it, and I understand the compulsion. I mean, I do it myself. So, you know, it's not... as long as it's all in good fun, which it is... Yeah, that's the point, is that the whole thing is overblown. That's exactly the point. I don't think anyone... I know there are people who villainize archetypes who do not realize that they should be doing it in good fun. That is a fact. I'm willing to go on record and say, listen, I believe truly that there are people who do not realize that a lot of people who villainize archetypes in Magic are doing it as a bit, are doing it as a piece of catharsis, and do not mean anything they're saying. I've just seen too many people who don't understand the subtlety, who don't understand like meta humor, who don't understand what is broken or imbalanced in their format of choice. Commander players. So you know, the people who defend Sol Ring to the death, right? Without understanding that it is objectively obnoxious. Like, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Gabe Sprout. And it's like, we say it as a joke, you know. I don't actually have any problem with burn players. When I meet when I meet someone who's willing to play burn, either they actually enjoy playing burn, or more than likely they're a person who enjoys winning at Magic and realizes a lot of the time burn is the best way to do it. But either way, I don't actually have a problem with that at all. I just hate losing to burn because so many of my favorite decks are multicolor decks in Modern, where burn is the ultimate fun police who constantly... I meant to play the Seal of Fire first and kill the Selfless Spirit so I could get the Seal of Fire back against the Spirit's deck. It's fine. This is going to work out fine. Right, exactly. Like, I hate playing against and losing to Tron, but it's because it's so difficult to... what do I want to say? It's very difficult to build against the broad metagame of Modern and also build against Tron. Because most people in Modern, I think it's fair to say that a lot of people in Modern want to play relatively fair strategies. That's what people would like to be playing. And then things like Storm and Tron just attack them on angles where it's like most of the fair decks are just not able to interact on that axis. So they just get bulldozed. Yeah, it does. It absolutely puts a bad taste in your mouth. And that's why, like, at competitive events, I would never, ever, you know, call someone out for their deck choice. I mean, it's just childish and inappropriate. But it is fun to buy into the narrative, you know, which I think where the Magic Twitter was coming from. They were saying, like, it is a very clearly, obviously popular thing to hate on Tron. And then, of course, we had someone who came in and was saying, why are you encouraging this? And basically, I think the Magic Twitter came in with a very clever and witty response that if it was, you know, Wendy's versus McDonald's on Twitter, that we all would have laughed at and really enjoyed. But unfortunately, this was a human being, and, you know, I mean, there's a whole bunch of complicated stuff beyond that point. But... yeah, just didn't work out in this case. No, I mean, I would have laughed too. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to get into that part of it, Alex, but, like, I would have laughed too if it hadn't come up to me in the framework of, look how this is already screwed up. You know? Like, it was already beyond the point of being, you know, something silly. Anyway, the point is, sometimes there's these things that were meant to be funny and should have been funny, and they just get overblown, and then happens, and it's okay. We're all going to move on. Nobody's going to be, you know, nobody's going to be scorched earth overall. I think the joke was funny. I agree. Path. They path my Rallier. I kind of love that. Oh, well, people treating Ice 9, I mean, come on. But that's like Ponza and prison players in general, right? No, nobody likes losing to a prison deck. It could be the most intelligently crafted, creative prison deck that has ever been made, and people would still hate it, right? All right, if I do this, then I can also play and crack the Cratermaker. I can't also grab my Orion. That's probably okay. Oh, but this mana doesn't work. Hold on. People hate mid-range because they lose all their permanents. People, yeah, exactly. I think it's way more fair to hate on combo, by the way, personally. But that's my pet hatred, is combo decks, because it's just such a, but it's just such a crappy feeling when you have like everything wonderfully set up and your opponent like pulls out nonsense and you die all of a sudden. My opponent can't currently activate their Spectral Sailor. I don't really feel incentivized to pop this Cratermaker. I'm going to put this land into play and just say, oh, okay, opponent, I'm empty-handed. Hey, hands. You hate Thoughtseize. You understand it's necessary. Yeah, Thoughtseize is a necessary evil, because if they ever remove Thoughtseize, they would have to cut combo decks down to the bare bone. Like, the viability of combo as a group would have to be bottomed out pretty hard. Also, control decks running rampant without any discard spells probably would make most people upset. No, I like Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is a fair card. It's just like the worst kind of fair card. Thoughtseize is the double feel bad, right? Because the problem is you Thoughtseize correctly, and you end up in the driver's seat. You're crushing your opponent. You Thoughtseize correctly, and your opponent top decks what they need anyway. No, but the feel bad with Thoughtseize is when your opponent just draws what they needed anyway, because you can't Thoughtseize the top of their deck. That's probably a good choice, Alex. Hey, does anyone want to see something cool? Because you're about to see something cool. I'll play my Sky Noodle. I will slide 1, 2, 3 value permanents. But wait, there's more. Finished an 11-hour shift. Good God. I've been there, friend. I have been there. It is, that is not the best. Okay, so let's draw, scry draw, and then we slide the Orion. Seize punishing mulligans are frustrating. Yep, that's one of the worst parts about that card design. 100%. 100% that is one of the worst parts about that card design. And the fact that there are entire archetypes that in Modern are able to be constructed around the concept of playing like 7 Thoughtseizes. So, yeah. What was the one crazy shift I did when I was working the restaurant? I think it was 14 hours with no break. That was a hell of a Saturday. We did 3 confirmations and 2 weddings. It was stupid. Damn Catholics. I got nothing against their religion. I'm just saying, fuck confirmations. Yikes. $6.25 an hour? Where the hell do you live and why does it suck so hard? Good God. America. Get your shit together. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh, that was in 2000. Okay. Oh, you worked at. Got it. That's still pretty abysmal pay. And by on a paycheck, that's in 2 weeks, right? So that's 2 60-hour weeks. Hey, Colby. We've been ranting about a lot of stuff. This hand is god-awful, especially against spirits. This is slightly better. Michael with the end of the world quotes. Oh, then go take a nap. Then fire the missiles. I mean, listen to the obnoxious house vote. Hey, look, we're gonna lose the nut draw from spirits in game 2. Probably. Maybe we top deck a Seal of Fire here. Maybe. Not yet. Get a second white mana. No right on reds. Is that a Quebec law? I don't believe you. No right on red? That's insane. How are people ever supposed to get anywhere? I'm reminded of yeah, Homer Simpson in high school when he's trying to join the debate team, and they're talking about the current debate topic was lowering the speed limit from 65 miles per hour to 55 miles per hour, and his response is, "Sure, you'll save some lives, but millions will be late." Man, I am so unbelievably screwed this game. Is it an American thing that we go right on red? Really? I didn't know that. So here's the question. How aggro can a spirit's aggro draw be? Because I've gained 6 life on my turn 3. I gained 6 life. Can my opponent kill me on turn 4 on the play? In Oregon, it was illegal to pump your own gas. Holy crap. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're currently taking 12? Okay. But due to the Drogskull Captain... What the hell? You... What? Apparently, right? I mean, they're gonna win next turn anyway. Like, it's not like I can get any relevant 2-drop with my Enigmatic here. I cannot get anything that will keep me alive against this board, but just so freaking weird that they would, like, give me the... I guess I can Phantasmal Image their Drogskull Captain. That gives me a blocker. Sunblast Angel. Can Friday nights be rant night? I guess so. I mean, for the foreseeable future, sure. Why? I mean, I love a good rant. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Hans. It's from Scars of Mirrodin. Shadows over Innistrad. I think it's Sunblast Angel. Yeah, that's correct. Do I like the new old border cards in Time Spiral? I don't know if I could correctly describe with English words how freaking excited I am about the new old border cards in Time Spiral. I am disgustingly excited. For reference, once upon a time I wrote an article entirely about what I thought would be the best inclusions in the Time Spiral Remastered old border cards, which I'm going to link in a second here. Yes, I'm incredibly happy and excited. Yeah, the time shifted frame. You're curious about the foiling process, though? I think they'll use the same foiling process they did on the Judge foils, where it will affect the art. I hated Secret Lairs in concept from the beginning, and almost none of them have been at all appealing to me, so... Yeah. Maybe Spreading Seas will be relevant. I guess I'm ditching Knight. Yeah. So hopefully this isn't the one game where they draw Aether Vial. I don't think they're playing Aether Vial, but... I don't understand why Time Spiral Remastered isn't going to be on Arena. I think Odin's, there would be way too many cards they'd have to remove from Historic. So it's not worth them trying to sell a set that then most people can't use most of the cards in. That's my pitch. I don't actually know if that's true one way or the other. I just believe that to be the case. I don't think it's necessarily the mechanics, although the mechanics definitely wouldn't help, because it's rant night. Let me not mince words. I think the Arena team has done absolute garbage job with Arena. They've done a garbage job with Arena and implementing new sets and implementing new mechanics and I was in the Arena beta. There was so much goddamn hope. There was so much hope for that client. They started off with high hopes. They started off with a good dream, and they did absolute trash work in total. And I understand it's not an easy job, and I understand they were probably underfunded. Whatever it was, I don't care. The point is, the result to me was nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. I was all in for Arena, and they just shit the bed so many different ways. Historic being a made-up format should be... Yeah, that's 1. 2, the remastered sets, instead of actually releasing the sets with the way where they were meant to be. Let me tell you something. In the beta, there was Kaladesh and Aether Revolt draftable and fully playable in constructed formats. Amonkhet 2. What happened? What happened? How did you went backwards and then you didn't... What the fuck happened? I can't even begin to understand how we ended up at the point where we are now. Why isn't Consulate Dreadnought and Kaladesh? The totally reasonable question. Absolutely. There's no freaking excuse for the way that's all come out. I will not. I guess, is Hasbro owned by Mattel? Or are you just misremembering which giant company owns the other company? Okay, do I want to deputy their Phantom here? Yeah, I think so. My other option is to Rallier for a land drop, but I think getting the Lord off the board is the most important thing here. And then next turn we get to go Enigmatic into a 3-drop off the Spreading Seas, which we'll see what that ends up being. Yeah, like, I stopped playing Arena for a period, and apparently they put in Old Border lands, and I don't think I can ever put them in my collection. And that was one of the things where, like, recently there was something that came up where I was like, oh, I guess I kind of want to play some Arena again. You know, actually, to be perfectly frank, what happened was Faithless Brewing stated the entirely true fact that Modern is not a competitive format, and Modern is sort of like the new Legacy. And it may be the case that Pioneer is in the same spot. And while it was upsetting, I had a moment of clarity, and I said to myself, you know, maybe they're right, and, you know, you should just make peace with the fact, and you know, you can't fight it, so just try to get used to it, and maybe get in. And then I booted up Arena, and I was like, wait, there are Old Border lands in this client now. I would like to have those. Wait, I can't get them. There's literally nothing. I can't even just hand them money for these. I don't... Infinite freaking issues. Gotta be on the pulse of the moment. I'll tell you what's on the pulse of the moment. Putting in Plague Engineer on Spirit and shooting this Supreme Phantom. That's in my pulse right now. Feels good. Feels good. Well, if it isn't Janice. Oh, hello, darling. How's your evening? I hope you've been getting up to everything good and anything bad. Two or three unhinged lands. Can't even complete the set. Yep. Yeah, it's also extremely punishing. I mean, it's just, there's just endless freaking problems with it. Okay, kill a Skyclave and also play Rallier. Rallier gets back Seize. Seize turns into a 3-drop. I have to go 5 for it. I'm sure it's fine. Historic is so fun though, lol. I mean, I'm sure Historic is a fine format. That's not the problem. Nor is it the issue. I mean, it's totally irrelevant. Whether or not Historic is a well-balanced or interesting or fun format is totally overshadowed by all the other problems. Historic is just really weird. Well, it's really weird Pioneer. I guess it's really weird Modern because the expansion things that they do, the Historic anthologies, are kind of like Modern Horizons. Listen, I don't fault Historic for existing, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad format. That's not the problem. Yes. So 100%, I will say the greatest success of Arena is it is a great place to play Limited. 100%. Yes, Arena should have a subscription service where you could play every card. That would change. That would be a game changer in a ridiculously gigantic way. No, and I don't fault anyone who wants to play Historic for playing Historic. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Historic is a fine format. It's just I just have so many problems with Arena as a whole that I just can't deal. I think I'm just gonna get Knight here and gain some life. I don't really need to do anything else. I'm like really, really far ahead. Ain't no time to grind cards. Well, yeah, but you're not supposed to grind cards, right? I mean, yeah, exactly. So, you've joined us for Rant Friday night, Janice. So if you'd like to rant about or at anything, go for it. This is a rant open zone right now while we play some sweet Enigmatic Incarnation in Modern. Looks like we're ready to grab our first match win here after disappointing runs against Tron. And I think it was some variety of burn deck that I lost to last round. You prefer watching MTGO. And again, I was in the beta and I did my due diligence, right? Like I would like to go on record, and I have before, I'm sure. I'm just an old bastard who just keeps saying the same things over and over and over again. I was in the beta. I commented to the people who were designing the game at the time. I gave them the proper feedback, and I said, listen, I think the cards should look like cards. I think the cards should look like cards all the time. And then they did a very compelling video that told us all the reasons why the cards don't look like cards, why they look like squares, why they tap 15 degrees and they gray out, and etc., and etc., and etc., and all the reasons that these things that are not aesthetically similar to Magic in any way provide a better experience for the net majority of people. And I just don't care. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. This is not... I don't mind the animations. I don't mind the... Yeah. It's not Magic. It's just not Magic. It's a great video game that isn't Magic. And I'm not saying that people can't enjoy it. I'm not saying it's not good at what it's doing. But it's just that's not what Magic is, you know. And even MTGO pisses me off a little bit because they do this sort of text adjustment where Reflector Mage in paper you can see all this text like this, but when you zoom off of it, it's presented like this. Now, maybe it's a pixel sizing thing when you play Magic in 480p. I don't know. It's definitely Magic, though, isn't it? Even if it wasn't implemented the way you want. I mean, sure. No, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm being hyperbolic. Clearly in terms of rules engine, etc., 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 it's not Magic. But it doesn't feel like Magic. At all. And I don't feel like it's a great gateway for people to play Arena and then want to go play paper.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever...
Thanks for the follow, Run in Riz. They don't want people to play paper. No, they want people to play tabletop. Yeah, Arena does feel like everything you put into it is a waste. At least with Magic Online, I feel like I can pull some value out of any dollars that I spend on my digital cards. With Arena, I literally have to sell my entire account, which I wouldn't even know where to begin to do that. Like, I'm not sure you can do it, but... Yeah, especially on the play, I can keep this. Right. Apparently my opponent is playing a new deck, so they said bear with me, and I told them no worries, good luck. which I mean. Oh, selling your account is definitely against the TOS, but so is most of the stuff in Magic Online that people engage in on a regular basis, Odin's. Like, I'm pretty sure all the rental services that exist are violating the TOS. I'm like, I think it's almost definitely impossible that they're not. Yes, you're a criminal. You're not a criminal. It just means that the company can take your account away without, warning or recompense. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I don't think it means you're a criminal. I just think it means that they can just cut off your service in any way they want at any point. I could have grabbed Urian this turn instead of doing what I did there, but I was hoping... No, I don't even know what I was hoping to draw. I should have tapped the snow-covered forest that's untapped, floated the white, and then put the growth on the then untapped forest, because then I could have had Spreading Seas. My opponent told me they're playing a deck they've never played before and appears to be playing Lurrus Jund. Interesting. No, rental services are... I don't think I'd be able to sustainably play MTGO the way I do. I certainly wouldn't have this YouTube channel or this stream, by the way. I would not be doing what I'm doing right now for all you people if it weren't for rental services. So, for whatever that's worth to any of you. If you ever are considering a rental service, I've been using Mana Traders the whole time. No, they don't give me any money. They don't give me any discount on anything, but they are very, very good at what they do. And they put on free tournaments every month in rotating Eternal formats. And I think they do a great job. So much like face-to-face games in Canada, I like these places and I want them to do well. And I don't need them to give me any money for that. Well, that's the thing, though, that I think Gabe Sprout, I think that's the reason why you don't hear people getting, nuked off their account for violating the TOS by using a rental service. They don't want to do that. That would be very bad for them. Yeah, so Odin's, in that regard, I mean, I built a gigantic 30 modern deck proxy cube, or gauntlet as I called it, when I was working in LGS, because the one thing I wanted to make sure of is that if anyone came in and they said, I want to build this deck for Modern, I would be able to supply it to them and say, try it out, for hours, and then decide if you want to spend several $100s on it, because I've just seen too many, intelligent long-time Magic players buy into decks that they ended up hating. And that sucks. It's a huge waste of money. It's a huge waste of time. I mean, it's silly. It's just so silly. Well, our opponent's doing some serious stuff over there. If they hadn't had exactly the removal spell for my Skyclave, we would have been able to Glasspool Mimic our Skyclave and deal with some of this. But we can't. I have Spellskite as a chump blocker, plus I can set up Magus of the Moon to lock them off of most of their mana. I think that's what we're doing. Did I just tap my one red? I just tapped my one red source because I'm an idiot. I said what I meant to do, and then I meant what I said to do. Wait, that's not true at all. Oh, I got Abundant Growth. Thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, I got it. Thanks, folks. So we chump block the Scourge. Assuming they can't lose any life this turn, we can eat the Death Shadow if they attack with it, which I assume they won't. So, where's the Super Genie? It's gone. Why wouldn't they have a Dismember here? Why not? Fuck. So if I draw Skyclave, I can eat the Scourge, then chump block the Shadow, then... They had a Teamer Battle Rage too. Holy freaking crap. They had the absolute perfect draw. Jesus. My opponent said, playing a new deck, so bear with me. Okay. Okay. You're funny, opponent. No, I'm sure. I know they meant new to them. I just think it's really cute that they would describe it that way in chat. That's all I meant, Blitz. Yeah, we got hit with the heavy womp womp. Here you go, dehumanizing players again. Oh boy, here I go milling again. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Shadow too, and I agree. It's just that they had like literally everything at every moment there. Like they didn't play any blank cards. We didn't have any situation where they were struggling to do anything. They just took us apart completely. Yeah, exactly. Like that was obviously the example of the best of things could go for them, but it's very easy for it to go the other way, and we'll see if we can get that to happen here in game 2. No, we've just had a crappy night overall. Like our Tron player played through our Spreading Seas, then played through our Magus, and just demolished us. It's just been a rough night. Sometimes you top 8, and sometimes you screw. Absolutely. Played kitchen table Momir with our cube. That does sound like fun. So you sorted everything by converted mana cost? And then you were pulling out cards at random when you on curve? Oh, Enigmatic is hard to play. It is fun. I mean, we don't... I mean, yeah, but not only is this deck hard to play, but there's just a lot of like games that you just lose to variants like that. But like I've been playing this deck enough matches. Like I'm probably 40 plus matches on this deck. Where I know most of the matches where I lose to gratuitous misplay, and most of the matches I lose where I just didn't have a chance. Reveal from the stack until we hit the CMC. Oh, that sounds fun. All right. Sand is not great, but it's pretty good against Thoughtseize in that we'll be able to cast everything. You got to make sure that you have at least spells or interaction. Or sorry, spells or mana. One of the nice things about this deck is it really doesn't futz around with a lot of like smoothing that isn't also proactive. Thought Arena's smaller pool for Momir was interesting. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Hey, you guys want to see a turn 3 Urian? We could play a turn 3 Urian. Wouldn't be very good, but it'd be neat. Problem is, I would rather cantrip. What if I just go... Let's draw some excellent value play. Omen of the Seas. Oh, yeah, yes, that one. Never mind. Did anyone remember what I said that wasn't draw Enigmatic Incarnation immediately? No? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad nobody remembered when I didn't say exactly the thing that I wanted. Because what I should have said was exactly this thing, which is the thing that I wanted. So I hope you all remember when I was intelligent and proactive and totally on the ball. That was great when I was so smart to draw the enigmatic there. Whoo! Yeah! Jaya! 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 Usha! 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 Brain Maggot! Brain Maggot! Yeah, they really, their hand did not work out at all, huh? Nice feel of summer, nerd. All right. So I could sack my Windswept Heath to get Rallier going here. Because I'm going to go Brain Maggot into Rallier into Brain Maggot. But otherwise, I'm just not doing anything this turn. Yeah. I guess I could get a land back, but Abundant Growth is just better. Yeah, get the value train rolling. I agree. Is Blood Mooning them worth it? You know what? It probably is, isn't it? In fact, so I give them back Fatal Push and I set up Magus. Like, because they have a black. They run Bolt and they run Mishra's Bauble. So I'm gonna go ahead and be a coward and say no. Bauble would do it, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and say no, but it's possible. The thing is, they're on a 2-turn clock right now anyway. So I'm not super... What's that dude that fetches enchantments? Yeah, Zur the Enchanter. Who, by the way, was in early versions of this deck. Who is the better cat deck opponent? I think it might be me. I think we need to take a deck around Mishra. I mean, I agree with you, but every time I think of it, I just go, ugh, why? So... yeah, if they have instant speed removal, I don't want, or for my on thin ice, I don't want to swing in with my Brain Maggot, just in case. Okay, so we do that, and then we do this. Which gets rid of their Croxa. Yay! We magicked them! Do you guys see how I magicked? I magicked so good in that magic. All right. Game 3. Weird hero. Time to lose. Yes, yes, yes. Well, if Agnes, Agnes, you're still here. Here was my wish list for Time Spiral Remastered Old Borders, which that's not really a wish list. I mean, that was an article, so it was intended to be stilted towards things that I thought were possible. Oh no! They got the Thoughtseize! I never would have thought that they would turn one Thoughtseize. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. I don't know any more of that. But Michael likes typing it in my chat. Old Borders are beautiful, you're stoked. Me too. Like, I'm glad they put in cards that I wouldn't have thought of that they would even do, like Remand. But that they did it, and I'm like, yes! Remand! Idiot! Why didn't I think of Remand? Yeah. No kidding. They took the veil. Here comes the second Thoughtseize. No kidding. Kill Supreme. Oh, maybe not. It is a great song to sing, ironically. All right, we're listen. We're not a coward stream here. They bolt themselves in response. What the fuck? Why would you do that way? Now I know I don't. Shit. But whatever. Thanks, opponent. Oh, because they're new. They said they were new. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude or anything. They crushed me so hard in game 1, I felt like my opponent was a seasoned Death Shadow player, and instead, they were just someone new who drew the nuts. Go figure. Aha! So I can sack my Seal of Fire to ramp? Yeah, that seems alright. I would consider playing Spreading Seas this turn, but I... No, Mike, they just put Lurrus in their hand. If I do that, they're going to play Lurrus, they're going to have the 4th land, and they're going to replay the Shadow. So, we're not doing that. I know. I see it. I don't not see the play. I see the play. I'm choosing not to make that play. I'm sorry if I don't want to lose on the spot. I'm sorry if I don't want to lose on the spot. I'm sorry that I don't want to lose on the spot. You know? I just... The problem is then I do have to sacrifice the Seal of Fire proactively, which does put me in a spot where... God damn it. Where I won't have a way to deal with the Lurrus. Because they have a bauble too. So even if they don't have the land, they're in a good spot. Yeah, I mean, this is just a shitty spot to be in, generally speaking. I think I'm supposed to Seal of Fire them, play the Rallier, play the Growth, play the land in, and play the Growth. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't... I just don't think there's a higher upside play than what I'm about to do. So, yes, I understand that this is risky. Yes, I understand we could lose the game. We could also lose the game for not doing this, so... I'm not gonna be. Well, anyone in chat is calling me a coward for this. Did you play for the Mana Trader Swiss? I did try to, because of the whole Valky debacle, and then the fact that week 1 of content creation I was really busy. By the time I remembered that I needed to qualify for it, I didn't really have enough time. So I played 9 matches on the first day, and I got shut out at 5-3. I ended up at 5-4, which means I couldn't qualify in 10 matches. So I just didn't bother. I would have otherwise, and I would play this deck. Considering their plays, I feel like they have Dismember/TBR, but there's no way around it. Why would you consider that? I think on 3 mana, just grabbing their Lurrus while their Death Shadow was a 4/4 was a totally reasonable thing to do if their hand was strong or if their hand was weak. The only thing I would say for sure about their hand is it probably didn't have a Scourge of the Skyclaves in it. But I'm interested to hear your reasoning. Bolting themselves. Well, bolting themselves was 100% because I was putting a Seal of Fire into play that would make the rest of the game very awkward for them, because they would have to try to play around this Seal of Fire on their 2/2, which maybe they didn't realize. Good lord. We do have the out for this. We're okay here. We're not in good shape, but we're okay. When I say out for this, I mean we don't lose on the spot. I mean, if they have a TBR, then we're in terrible shape. So I think I'm supposed to Omen before I draw, because that gives me the highest percentage to set up for like Skyclave and or land plus Enigmatic, which is pretty much what I need at this point. Okay, we just go bottom. Shit. Edward Nigma is the name of the Riddler. Fuck, I tapped wrong there because I could have gotten a basic to shock the Lurrus. Now I have to get a non-basic and go lower. But, I mean, I'll do it. Yeah, I know I was out of basics, Mike. I should have done it the other way around. No, I have a mountain. I could have gotten the mountain to pay for the... I could have gotten a mountain to pay for the colorless cost on Lurrus, which means that I could use one of the all-purpose lands to play the Seal of Fire, so it would have been up 2 life, which didn't matter, but it could have. Alright. Alright, time to 2-3 another league. Hooray. It's been a tough couple nights, good lord. 2-3 on blue-white, 1-4 on Slivers, 2-3 on Grixis, and now it looks like a 2-3 on Enigmatic. But, I mean, we've had some good games. It's just been really rough. Like, Tron is a brutal matchup. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We ran out of rants, but that's okay. And I do know the Riddler's name. Also in the Fantastic series, fuck, what is it called? Is it just called Harley Quinn? The newest Harley Quinn cartoon, which is A plus 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 plus. The Riddler is played by the same person that played the Dean on Community. He's freaking fantastic. God, he's so funny. Jim Rash, that is correct. Thank you. Jim Rash. Yes, he does play the ghost in Mike Tyson Mysteries, which is a phenomenal show. I have seen Mike Tyson's Mysteries. In university, we got hammered drunk and watched all of it in one go, I think. It was phenomenal. God, it was so funny. Yeah, this hand is not lining up so good against E-Tron so far. They have a Karn and a Smasher. Don't worry, they have a second Temple. So we take the Smasher because they can't actually play the Karn next turn. The House Haunters episode, yes. Yeah. Mike Tyson playing himself is the... Holy crap. Just... He is really funny. He is really, really funny. It makes me think that if they had gotten him at the right timing, that he would have played Drederick Tatum on The Simpsons. Because... God, he's really funny. That's all of my Tron opponents, Freed. All of my Tron opponents seem like they're like just goofing around, and then it's like, oh, no, I got this Tron. Kill you. I don't know. I just fucking shut up. I just Ogun -2. I did the Ogun -2. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone because it's the Ogun -2. You're a face. You're a face. That's my matchups against any kind of Tron. It's great. It's always interesting content. E-Tron is at least the one where I feel like there's some back and forth sometimes. There's a conversation to be had. But not this game. Not this game. Yeah. When E-Tron turn 3 Trons you, it's a different experience, that's for sure. Yeah, this is just one of those really unfortunate situations where like we've drawn very little interaction, no propulsion towards our Enigmatic, and no way to deal with this Karn. So if they have Tron here, we're probably just SOL because they're just gonna go get Sundering Titan. Otherwise, they could get Walking Ballista, pick off my Maggot. Okay, this is going to be Sundering Titan. Okay. They want to kill my Eidolon? Whatever. I don't. You can copy the Titan, and then you can exile more of your lands. Titan doesn't exile. I won't have enough lands to play the image, so no? But I'm sure you were just dicking around. That wasn't a serious pitch for a play. I'm just saying, like, that doesn't... Neither of these things are true. Yeah, that's what they tweeted is, why are Tron players the way they are? Which I think is generally a funny commentary. I think if everyone takes themselves less seriously, then that is a fine and medium funny thing to say. Yeah, there you go. And someone decided to take it badly, and then they had a, in my opinion, very pithy, funny response that got taken even more badly, taken even more badly, and then we have Twitter controversy. Hooray. Controversy? Yeah, there you go. We should bring in Boyle. They're not even playing Dryad, you nerd. I do love that I'm boarding out Plague Engineer against E-Tron. All right, our hand is officially shaped up. So thanks, hands. This is like a really good hand. So actually, factually, like, well done. If they turn one Dismember, we'll be okay. It's not gonna be great, but we should be fine. But no, so Odin's, what they said was not offensive. What they said there, what I described there, and what we're talking about there, no, that wasn't offensive. I'm gonna put this league on YouTube for anyone who's in YouTube on the future. I apologize for reiterating the situation, but that wasn't the problem at all. Then someone responded to them by saying, why are you guys sort of fostering an attitude that is hateful of specific archetypes? You know, that doesn't seem like a great way to drum up support from your community. Which, by the way, I think it kind of was, because in a way they were being like, hey, fellow children, I get your jokes and can participate in your humor. And then WotC, I say WotC, whoever was responsible for their social media went a little out of line. And on the next comment, which was funny, but they, yeah, exactly. Right. Because again, like saying that, like someone said, like I literally made a meme. I'm gonna put it on screen, and I can get canceled. And you know what? I'll take it. If that's what the world has in store for me, then you know what? I've put this out to the public. Many Tron players have laughed at it. You know what? I have several friends who are Tron players, which is obviously a terrible defense, and I'm saying it in exaggeration. Hold on. Memes and GIFs. Completed. It's Assault Translator. It measures the pitch, frequency, and urgency of the player's cries and then translates in plain English exactly what the player is trying to say. Even babies understand that Tron is pure evil. Okay, so they found Blast Zone, so that's frustrating. Thanks, Mike. Oh yeah, this wasn't like any MTG Twitter nonsense. This was literally the mothership getting taken down a little bit. Well, sure, but Magic Esports is. I mean, if Magic Esports isn't considered part of the official WotC, then what is it? I mean, like who works there if not part of actual WotC? I don't understand that. Anyway, so. Here goes the blast. So, oh right. Well, this isn't that bad. I get to on thin ice that and keep cracking in. I guess I could well, we'll see what we draw here. That was not an Enigmatic Incarnation. Maybe this one will be. Wants his Tron land back? I'm sure he does, but I'm sure they do. But that's not an option right now. They can't have that. I won't give it to them. I would prefer stay tuned and find out, but yeah. Alright. I appreciate the effort, Odins. We could spread the seas over. What? I don't know what you mean. We could spread the seas over to the blast zone. Well, no, I lost my Urian. They thought seized it. Okay, so if they have another Tron land, then they blow up, and then they have 5. I know they have a Smasher in their hand. That's not too bad because I got the Reflector Mage. We might be able to aggro them out of this, even if they get the blast zone off here on 2. The biggest concern... Okay, so now they have no mana afterwards. They could go for Karn here, but I have Skyclave. So Karn is not good enough. Smashy Lad? Really? That's a terrible choice. You going on the defensive with that thing? Oh, maybe they did not know that I drew the Reflector, right? I don't think they do. Okay, good. I would like to draw Enigmatic Incarnation. Okay, well, you know. That wasn't what I wanted, but maybe next time. How aggressive? How unaggressive? I feel like that was a good... That was a quality story. I like stories. I like stories. I think I'm going to Charming Prince to reset my Brain Maggot here, so I can take something else out of their hand. I want to say they have double Karn. Is that the case? We'll find out in a second. I guess I'm playing more 2-drops, but then at the same time, their mana is actually really not great right now, so even if they do blow up all my 2-drops, they're pretty behind. They have Thought-Knot, Shaper, Smasher that they can't play this turn. They have an Endbringer. Oh, they're on Ashiok's build. I don't mind them playing Thought-Knot at all, so let's just take the Reshaper again. Same with Karn is fine. I think we're just generally in good shape here. We're going to hit them for 5. they could claw back after that. Although they're going down a land. And they don't actually even have Tron yet? Huh. Interesting. Oh, they can get their Thought-Knot Seer back now. So they could double Thought-Knot me this turn? That's a yikes. Oh, right. Well, I have plenty of outs for that. That's not one of them. I can hit him for 5 here and then be in gigantic trouble. Super. It's an oldie but a goodie. Okay. I think I can just put enough of a board into play that they can't survive. I hope so. Because otherwise I'm screwed. Do I have enough white here? I think I do. Crap, I put this in tapped and maybe I don't. So white, 1. They have 3 blockers. I think they only have 2. Unless they draw another land. But I don't know if my attackers actually have any relevant power. So they... So they have Ghost Quarter. Oh, yeah, right. But then they're not blowing up my... Well, we'll see. I think we just have to see how it all shakes out. If I draw a Seal of Fire or an Omen of the Forge, that puts me much closer. But we'll see. They're tapping the Ghost Quarter. Oh, they're going to get Bridge? Are they? That makes no sense, does it? They can ping off my Brain Maggot. Opponent, none of my creatures have more than 2 power. This is a mistake. You're making a mistake. I don't know what you could possibly be getting here that is intelligent. But I'm ready to lose to it. I'm just saying good luck. I guess walking... Basilisk Caller! Oh my god. I have not seen that synergy in for fucking ever. Wow. They're oh my god, because it gives it lifelink. Fuck. Oh my god. Gross. We can draw out of this, but it's like almost impossible now. Fuck, man! Like, brutal. These leagues have been god-awful. I'm so sick of Modern right now. This feels like all the decks I want to play are not good at all. They're fine. It's just we've just been coming up on the bad side of variance a lot. Two nights of 2-3 into 1-4 in a row. Yeah, here's Enigmatic. It's a very difficult deck to play overall, and then these leagues have been especially punishing and brutal. Our opponent kind of always had it all a little bit. Tron players playing Blast Zone is apparently a new thing that you should be expecting. So you gotta have Spreading Seas into Magus. And even then it might not be good enough if they're for some reason playing like 1 or 2 main deck dismembers. E-Tron is apparently playing things like Endbringer and Basilisk Caller in their sideboard. So if you can try to set up against that, you might have to. For those
Meanwhile,
live, I am not done for the evening, and you in the future on the YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.
Meanwhile,
People, I'm gonna play some Legacy. So if you want to stick around, I'm gonna put on the song request, and we're gonna play some Legacy. So.